Hello everyone, Bob so 1984 back again, and Newcastle United have drawn 1-1 with Manchester City tonight, which was our game in hand in the Premier League in this relegation dogfight. Now, this is a point I thoroughly did not expect us to gain, so it's a very, very welcome point. But also, what pleases me the most is Newcastle United actually put in a performance of heart, commitment, passion, everything that you want in terms of a team that are actually fighting for the Premier League lives, or supposed to be fighting for the Premier League lives. In terms of the starting lineup, Newcastle really didn't make any changes or surprises with the lineup, apart from obviously Wijnaldum coming out the squad for Perez, which I think was a much needed change, because I think Wijnaldum has really not done a lot recently. Newcastle, other than that, were unchanged from the weekend, from the win against Swansea. In the first half, for the first 10-15 minutes, it was a very tentative affair, very closely matched. Newcastle, exchanged blows with Man City and really did perform very well. Until Alexander Kolarov goes down for a very questionable free kick. And from that resultant free kick, Sergio Aguero scores, and he's about a foot offside. So, this is yet another refereeing decision or an officiating decision that is wrong, because obviously I've seen the replay. It was a good header. I mean, obviously it's Aguero. He's a great player, but he's a foot offside. This kind of decision is going to decide whether Newcastle stay in the Premier League, and not only our club. It affects other teams. Look at the penalties given in the Leicester game the other day. But anyway, after that, Newcastle really did push on and play quite well. We had one particular chance where Sissoko made some space for himself, totally outpaced Vincent Kompany, and then he was one-on-one with Joe Hart. What does he decide to do? Instead of placing the ball anywhere he wanted, he decides to say to Joe Hart, who hadn't really had a touch, "Oh, are your hands a bit cold there, mate? Here's the ball. Get yourself a touch, son." So he passes the ball perfectly to his hands, and Joe Hart just catches it as if, a baby was kicking the ball towards him. Sissoko goes on and on about obviously having fight and passion and blah blah blah, but he really, lets himself down with things like that. I mean, a Premier League footballer who's getting paid however much money cannot place the ball anywhere other than the goalkeeper's hands. Anyway, after that, Newcastle did equalise through Vernon Anita. A nice little break down the right hand side. He cuts inside. The shot that he has hits it off the post and goes in. Now, where I was in the Gallagher, it seemed like it took about 3 or 4 seconds for the actual ball to hit the back of the net, so we didn't realise what was happening until it seemed like about 2 or 3 seconds later. But obviously, delight for us. After that, not really any chances of note to end the first half. We'll go into the second half really battling. Mitrovic comes on after about 55 minutes, and he's doing his usual battling with Vincent Kompany, putting in a good battle, which CCA really wasn't doing, to be honest. But Newcastle really did match Man City blow for blow in that second half. There wasn't very many chances either side, apart from one where Caldolo made a really good save. But other than that, Man City didn't really look very threatening. Newcastle really did, every time they go forward, looked like they were going to do something. Not necessarily score every single time, but they looked a lot better going forward and a lot better defensively than they have recently. I think if you watch a performance, and if you were with somebody who isn't necessarily a football fan, and you say to them, right, you tell me which is the team that's fighting relegation, you tell me which is the team that's in the top 4, and you really couldn't separate them, because both Newcastle really did put in a very good performance in terms of heart, commitment, fight, passion, all those words that we've been missing from Newcastle performances recently. And it was refreshing, and I'm sitting here quite a happy Newcastle fan tonight, believing that it's 1 point gain that I didn't expect. It's also a chance that we could have, it's possibly 2 points drop, because we could have actually gone on and won the game, and that's how good Newcastle were tonight. But other than that, we've got to be happy with the point. Who was your man of the match? I'm going to have to say that Lascelles was brilliant, and Mbemba was brilliant, but Tiote was fantastic. And I'm not usually a fan of Tiote, but it was a great performance from Tiote tonight. Who would you pick as your man of the match? Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. But this is a great performance, and hopefully something we can build on and go to Anfield on Saturday and get even more. We didn't expect this. hopefully we can build on it in this relegation dogfight. My name is Bob, so 1984. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.